Hello again, partiers. Felix Fleur Party here for yet another episode of Cozy-ish. So the first thing I do, per usual, is go to sleep. But I did put this tree in my hotbar, and I'm gonna go replant it. It's very rare that I ever replant trees. And usually I go to bed before the mobs spawn, but I did have to deal with a couple zombies here while checking on the lava farm. Then I pick up my arrows because I missed. So this dripstone is still making water. If anyone can tell me why, that would be greatly appreciated. I then took down these panic towers from when I had to go catch Glasgow last episode. Jeez. I realized I needed some lava for the super smelter after checking it a whole bunch. So after a little bit of inventory management, I tried to get all the buckets that I would need and making sure that I have enough inventory spots. But thankfully there was one piece of lava in the lava farm, so that was nice. For this episode I'm going to try out making things ultra sped up, because repetitive actions are kind of boring, like getting the lava over and over again. So you'll see that more throughout this episode, like when working on the mob grinder, for example, and something else that I can't quite remember. So I think it's really unnecessary how much smooth stone I need for the mob grinder, but I did get a bunch of cobble to turn into stone, to turn into smooth stone. I don't know why the schematic calls for that, but I've already committed to the bit. So I decided to go work on the mob grinder, but I ran out of blocks very quickly. I discovered I can just jump off the side into the water, so that's pretty fun. I already need 5 buckets for the super smelter of lava, so that's nuts how fast it goes through that. I really hope to expand the lava farm a whole bunch more, and so hopefully maybe it'll start being worth it. I decided it's finally time to get Acacia and Cherrywood, so I go take Glasgow for another stroll. This time I take the lead off of him while I'm already on him so that he won't fly away. I also decided that I should probably make a fence to tether him down once I get to my desired location. I also write down my cords, but I ended up not needing them. One time I went mining and I dug up because I was really lost, and I found a savanna and a pale garden, and I had no idea where that was in relation to my house, but turns out the pale garden is right here. So that gave me a little more confidence in finding the savanna, but I still wasn't really fucking sure where it would be. Maybe I could get resin at some point from the pale garden, but I've never done that in Minecraft before. It's all very new to me, because, you know, I couldn't play for a year. But yeah, that'll be really interesting. Maybe I can test it out in a creative world at first. I had no idea where to go from here, and I turned around like 3 times. It took me a moment to pick a direction, but thankfully I eventually did see the cherry biome, which meant I had found spawn, which made sense. I didn't go too far from spawn when I made my starter base, because I don't know, that felt right to me. So I hopped down to get some wood, and all I really needed was 1 sapling so that I could take it back home and just multiply it a whole bunch, but I did end up getting 2 saplings. That's nice. I didn't have to worry too much like how I had to worry with the warped wood, because I don't have silk touch to get the warped mycelium or whatever it's called to then replant warped trees, mushrooms, whatever they are. So once I get silk touch, then maybe I can make a warped wood farm. I wasn't really sure where to go here to find the savanna, and it was getting darker. I was really worried that I would lose Glasgow because of dying and not being able to get back super easily. I might have gone into creative mode if that was the case, but I did find the savanna, so that's nice. I did the whole tethering thing, and then I fucking lost him. I don't know how this happened. I almost went into creative mode because I was so panicked, but I decided against it, and thankfully that was the right decision because I did tether him down. Thank goodness. I was hoping to find a village as well while out on him, but after seeing that happen, I'm not sure. I put down some torches because it was getting pretty dark, but that doesn't matter. Zombies have supervision, and they still found me. I did get the sapling, and so I trekked back. It was really nice to have the Lightmatica little glowing schematic outline. It was almost like having a waypoint mod. I think that the Happy Gas are definitely my favorite mode of travel, despite how slow they are, other than Elytra. I don't think anything can beat Elytra. I just have never gotten Elytra in survival mode before, so that'll be a nice goal to eventually reach. I'm not even that good at fighting the Ender Dragon. I haven't done it in a long time, in survival I mean. And I usually do it with help, so I'm hoping that my friends start playing in this server, so we can fight the Ender Dragon. It was really cool to see my starter base come into view from below. I do love flying around on Laslo, and all those things in the air are fireflies from the shader. They render very strangely and kind of way up into the air, so it kind of looks like glowing snow, but I like that. After a little inventory management, I decided to plant the new saplings to get more wood and more saplings. My idea was to have them out into the water with some dirt things, dirt blocks, but turned out that was really annoying to deal with. I have a love-hate relationship with water in this game. And something interesting is I don't even think it was because I had 2 cherries to start out with. You'll see me here plant in a second. 2 cherries, 1 acacia, because that's what I had. But the cherry saplings just multiply like nuts. And that's another thing I used the ultra speed up on, was collecting wood, because that's kind of boring. I ended up with nearly 30 cherry saplings by the end of this, and only 5 or so acacia. It's like the opposite of jungle saplings, because I remember watching a video on how the jungle saplings have a lower chance to drop. Yeah, even with the extra speed, that took much longer than it should have. Like, god, wow, I even got distracted by a leaf. After all of that, I decided to work on the mob grinder some more. Though I did keep forgetting about jumping off into the water, so this also took longer than it needed to. I kept using the ladder. I got distracted by a huge salmon. It's really interesting how that works. I think it's even more in Bedrock Edition though, if I'm not mistaken. But I want to go replant the saplings a little bit more. I wasn't planning on bone mulling them though, so yeah, they're not going to be cut down at the end of this video. Maybe I should have made more dirt areas to plant more of the acacia saplings, but I didn't think about that in the moment. I then decided to go mining for yet more cobble after going to bed real quick, and this one took a while, so why not tell a story? I have been playing Minecraft so much lately that I've been having dreams about it. As of writing this today, I tried to make a script this time around. I took a nap and I was in Minecraft creative mode, and there were SCP type monsters around. And then some NPCs in whatever mod this was in, like, saved me. Especially this one. Hot guy is what I wrote down. But I was more interested in the nerdy looking guy for some reason. Probably because I am a nerd. I rested my head on his shoulder. Why am I reading this? But he didn't pay any attention to me killing zombies remotely via a computer. Then I woke up. Very odd and gay. I had another vaguely Minecraft dream, and the only Minecraft thing about it was how there was lava on the surface. I was carrying the bodies of every cat I've ever had in real life. And I was going to cremate them. I was a little foreboding. And here my pick broke, and I decided that was good enough. I popped all the cobble into the smelter, and then I fucking moved the schematic on accident. After going to sleep and making the torches I was trying to make, I took my frustration out on an Enderman. I didn't even use the head cover. Pro gamer skills right there. Now I have a grass block, so I don't know what I can do with that. I put the schematic back into place and prepared myself to get more lava for the smelter, filling my inventory with buckets and making sure I won't lose any this time. I even made some extra buckets so that I would really have a full inventory, and then I realized I should put the grass block in the chest. Something interesting about having extra speed in Premiere Pro is that it really hates keep trying to render it. It doesn't keep up with it very well. It lags and it flashes like freaking crazy. I'm very glad that it doesn't export like that, because that would be awful. Yeah. I made my way out of the mine, and then I put all the lava and stone in the super smelter. And I saw the tree grew, but I wasn't gonna chop it down yet because I didn't want to fucking deal with the water, because that fucking sucks. I got a lava from the lava farm, so that's always nice when that happens. I made a couple more picks, and I put some mid-level enchants on them, and I managed to get both picks with efficiency 2 on them. So that's really good, because I think that's the best enchant I can go for right now. I also took some extra lapis with me to turn into blue dye. And I fucking moved the schematic again, god damn it. But anyway, I wanted to make a little board of goals, and I was mainly inspired by Mog Swamp when doing that. I know that's not just a Mog Swamp thing. I've seen other YouTubers like Grian do it in Hermitcraft Season 6. But I don't know, I've always thought that was a really good idea, so I decided to do it in my little world server thing. I wrote mob fart. I don't know how I did that. I mean, those aren't even next to each other. T is all the way across from M on the keyboard. Look at it. How did I type mob fart? Anyway, with the crop farm goal, I do plan on making a nano crop farm next episode. I found a good schematic, and hopefully it won't be too bad to use, or to make. I decided to go out for rose bushes so that I could have a lot of red dye to color code the signs, and we'll see soon that that was a mistake. It'll be red when unfinished and light blue when done. And I also wanted them to glow, but I didn't have a whole lot of glow sacks. I can probably go back down into the lush caves and just wait for glow squid to spawn, maybe. That's kind of my only choice at the moment. I grabbed a lot of the roses and I headed back, and then I bone milled a bunch, which is really great for multiplying them. I want to research what flowers can be multiplied like this, because it is quite handy. I know the 2-block ones can, but I'm unsure about the 1-block ones. So here you can see that the red on the signs was like invisible unless I used the glow ink, and that really sucks because I only had 3 and I wanted to save one for my house, but oh well. I finally dealt with the manual farm. Normally I do that at the start of the video, but this for sure is the later half. I also tended to the pigs and the cows with the harvested crops per usual. I always pick up eggs on accident and throw them out into the water, so if you ever see swimming chickens, that's why. I also replanted everything, of course. Do a little inventory management. Having some smooth stone, finally, I worked on the mob grinder a bit. Now, this grinder is going to be very crucial to so many things, like getting XP, I can get carrots from zombies, I get free arrows from the skeletons, I get bone meal for like the nano crop farm, and eventually I need to get 2 zombie villagers to cure, and then get the villager breeder and the iron farm, and maybe even an automatic crop farm. So this thing is going to do a lot for me. It is going to be so worth it when I finish it. The one thing I won't be sticking to in the schematic is the spruce trapdoors. I don't know where a spruce forest is. Maybe I can find one by flying around on Laszlo, but I kind of don't want to do all that. So I'm probably just going to use dark oaks trapdoors when I do that. I don't even need to have the schematic on for that. It's pretty simple. So yeah, just a whole lot of fucking blocks. And this ladder was so annoying to deal with, god. So yeah, a little bit more inventory management, and finally getting some more ladders put up there. I had been chopping them down continuously because it wouldn't let me go up if there was a gap in between. I remember old Minecraft, it used to let you do that, but they removed that feature a long time ago. I sheared my white sheep and I got a few carpets out of it, but it wasn't enough, so I decided to travel out for wild sheep again like I did last time, but I wasn't so lucky this time. I found exactly 1 sheep, and I didn't even see it a second time on the way back. What a waste. Maybe next time I can make a spider grinder, or even somehow find that spider dungeon again like I found, I think that was in the first episode. And I can turn the string into wool. The video is wrapping up soon, but I did work on the mob grinder 1 last time before then. I also noticed that I hadn't died this episode, so that's an accomplishment. This episode is 3, technically 4, but only today, Wednesday the 27th of August, is when the first part released. These are really simple to make, so I hope that people will enjoy this series. It would mean a lot if anyone let me know what they thought about it in the comments, and maybe they can like it and subscribe if you particularly like it. That would mean a whole lot, because I am trying to grow my channel at the moment. So yeah, with that said, I hope that you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope to see you all in the next one. So have a good day, week, month, year, whatever time span you need it for. I plan on making some more non-cozy-ish Minecraft videos, so keep an eye out for those if you like the Minecraft content from me. Goodbye for now. I don't have anything funny to say at the end of this. Okay, goodbye.